What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Jada Toys Street Fighter 2's Blanka and Sagat. These are the first deluxe figures that they have done in the line. This is my first time seeing them in the package. I actually just got them off a Big Bad Toy Store. It's been a while since I've gotten anything off a BBTS. I guess they put halts on a lot of stuff, but these boxes are pretty much the same exact thing, just bigger. As you can see, they're a lot bigger than the other ones. I thought they would only be a little bit bigger, but no, they're quite huge. So I'm very excited. You know, obviously you get the arcade motif. This is like the two-player one, or I mean, I guess the other ones were two-player too, but the widespread one, they probably could have made it like one of those three-player ones. But I've seen reviews of these. I know I'm a little late on these guys, but I had to do a video because they look fantastic, and Blanka is a top 3 character in the game for me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open these bad boys up. So getting these fighters out of the packaging, I mean, I know I'm kind of late on this, so what's there to say that already hasn't been said, but god damn, these things are impressive. They are just so much fun. It is really hard to put them down. They look great. I mean, like I said, this line, whenever you see somebody post a video of it, unless they're a real hater, you're going to be hard-pressed to find somebody who doesn't like these figures. I mean, even the most tough of reviewers always say these are fantastic. So, I don't even know who I like more. I like Blanka more as a character, but I think Sagat's a little bit better. So we'll go ahead and start with Blanka. But it's hard. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, whoever is better or I like more is pretty interchangeable. Let's just put it like that. That is the safe route here. But yeah, taking a look at Blanka, this is the best color scheme for him. I don't care what anybody says. I don't like the dark green version. No, I like this version of Blanka. Now, for people who do like the dark version, I hope they make it. For you guys, for your sake, I will not be getting it, but you know, I'm sure there's a market for that out there in Jada. But taking a look at this head sculpt, I mean, geez, man, that is quite the perfect match to the game there. That looks fantastic. I love the soft hair, like squishy hair, I mean. Beautiful sculpt, great paint, and that dry brush is on every patch of hair he has on his body. That is what I like to call consistency. You do get a little bit of shading in the body. It's very subtle, yet effective, along with the pants as well. Even the anklets, like the ankle bracer things, the shackles, have a silver dry brush to them that look rusty. All the paint is painted all the way around, Hasbro. All the way around. Maximum Hulk my ass. But all his toesies are painted. All his fingernails are painted. Everything that needs to be painted is painted on this guy, on top of a fantastic sculpt. Yeah. Look at him. He's big. He's broad. He's chunky. He's mean. Damn, this thing is a good-looking figure. So I have no complaints with how he looks. Really don't. Again, you're going to have to find some real a-hole who just doesn't like action figures at that point, who says these figures are not good. Not everybody has to say they're perfect, but for somebody to say they're not good, they're just lying. They're doing it for the clout, man, because these are great. Taking a look at this head sculpt here, get to see the nice screaming head. It is actually a different hair sculpt. It's more ferocious, more wild. And this is a good opportunity to show you how they did it. So this is 2 soft pieces, with this one being a hollow piece, and we'll show why later. But that is genius. You get to see the big jaw. Looks great. Very well done. Really love it. And it's always easy to interchange these heads. I'll go ahead and pop this one on. I actually like this one better. Yeah, that is something, man. That is something awesome. He also does come with a pair of fist hands, you know, open and fist hands. That is what the bare minimum every character should come with. And then if that wasn't enough, he does come with his lightning charge up effects before he does his finisher. That is awesome. They're not the same sculpt, so that looks great. We'll get him in a pose that better suits these, but to do so, we have to go over the articulation. So Let's go ahead and do that. The head will look up all the way because what they did is genius. They obviously gave him the ball peg at the top of the head, so you get a little bit of, you get pivot all the way around. But then what they did, instead of doing like a ball peg at the neck, they did a hinge. I'm sorry, push. A hinge on the neck with a nice gaping back, which normally you'd be, well, first of all, it doesn't even look that bad. But then sometimes you'd be like, whoa, why that's so ugly. But no, this is what I mean when I say think about the characters you're making. Because he's got huge hair. You're never going to see that. So it's genius. So he can look straight up, even with all that big hair. That is wonderful. The shoulders will go up all the way. They'll go down. They'll rotate 360 to get a butterfly joint, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that are perfect. The hinge swivel there. The diaphragm joint is nuts. The top one, I'm going to try to do it without that. It's going to go a little bit. We'll go back, pivot side to side, and it won't really rotate at the top. That's about it. I wouldn't push it more. But then you combine it with the bottom, like the waist piece, and you can get them all the way forward. It's like almost 90, especially for a big chunky guy. That is great, and you'll get your rotation there. The hips will go outwards all the way, even past horizontal without stupid drop downs because they are useless. I repeat, drop downs are useless. You get to see and there's no gaps. It's just how you make action figures these days, man. Thigh swivel hidden in the pants. You get a double jointed knee. Beautiful. It could go more if, plastic didn't hit plastic. You get a calf swivel, which I usually don't like, but again, they thought about the design of the character and hit it in the shackle. That is how you do it. You get to see the ankle, and then it'll rotate, and since it has that rotation, it's kind of like how NECA does it, which is the best kind, like the ball hinge ankles. But yeah, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. So getting him in his iconic pose, I don't usually do this, but we have to. It's not going to be perfect, but his legs kick all the way forward and his knees crunch beautifully. And his ankles go up a really good amount as well. So, you can definitely get him in a reasonable charging up pose on your shelf. That is awesome. For a big guy, that is epic. And they didn't even have to do a soft, squishy, useless torso because Jada knows how to make action figures, guys. Yeah, Jada knows how to make action figures. This is bomb. Now let's take a look at Sagat. And I think I saved him for last just because he's a little bit more fun to play around with. He's a little bit more streamlined, a little bit narrower. I don't know. I don't even know if I have a good answer, but I just really like this figure. He might be one of my favorites in the whole line so far. Chun-Li is hard to beat, and I did really like Guile, but oh man, this guy's awesome. This is awesome. So he's got subtle shading all over the body. His scars painted and sculpted all the way to the top, like you should do it. He gets a little painted scar on the side there and on the head. And of course, his head sculpt looks fantastic. He looks mean. He looks angry. I mean, he's Sagat, man. He's going to be mean and angry. You get a slight wash in the bandages. Looks really good. The hands look good. You can see the beautiful shading on the legs. I don't know why people don't like it. I think it looks great. Get to see the sculpt on the shorts. They look good. And he has big old feet. And you can see the shading and the dry brushing a little bit more on there. But yeah, he looks fantastic. I absolutely love the sculpt here. Looks fantastic, and he's big. I was like, why is he $30? No, he's big. We'll take a look at the comparisons in just a minute, but he doesn't come with much, but I mean, he comes with what this line needs to. So he comes with the 2 fist hands, then he comes with the 2 wide open hands, like they're really clenchy. I like that. And then you get his alternate head, which is a more angry head. I don't know which one I like more. I think I like this one a little bit more, but this is still very, very well done. He looks angry. And then you get the stand with the 2 hinges to hold his blast effect. So his kick effect. That looks good. This is awesome. Such a good sculpt, such good paint work. I love it. That is a great effect part for a $30 figure. So, yeah, pretty damn epic. But I think the best part of him is definitely the articulation. The head is going to go up pretty much all the way. You get that double jointed neck, looks great. Pivot side to side, butterfly joint forward and back, hinge up top, rotate 360, shoulder, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrist swivel, and they do hinge. His are a little tight, but it's not unbearable. His diaphragm joint is nuts, so he'll go all the way forward. I don't really like the way they did the back here. That's the only thing. I wish they rounded that out a little bit more. But it looks good when you crunch it back, like arc them back, and then forward, or like pivot, I mean, and then rotate at the top and the bottom. So obviously, you know, you can get conjointed, but you know, that is good range there. That is awesome. Hips go all the way horizontal. Nothing wrong with that. Kick forward. I'm not using the body. Like, this is straight up and down. That is nuts for big chunky guy. Thigh swivel hidden, double jointed pinless knees, and then the ankle rotation is hidden very nicely, and then it'll go down and up all the way with the pivot. And he actually gets a toe hinge, which is hidden perfectly in the sculpt. Yeah, what an awesome figure. Oh, he has a butterfly joint. I don't know if I mentioned that. His butterfly joint is pretty good, but holy crap, like, this is such a good figure, man. Such a good figure. So much fun to play around with. Little to no complaints here. And as you can see, they're both big figures. I mean, Sagat is the biggest in the line so far. I mean, he's almost as tall as the NECA Toys King Kong. So here they are next to the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the Jazzos Fortnite Series 6-inch Peely. Here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men Series Darwin. Can you believe that this figure was only like $4 more than that one? That is nuts to me. And then finally, here he is next, or here they are next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Series Zombie Captain America. I did have to implement a McFarlane stand here, even though he still fell. It's because this ankle is he's very heavy. It's a very dense figure, so the ankle is a little loose. I'm not going to blame the figure for that. It's just he's heavy. Blanka, you have no excuse. But yeah, these are excellent releases, as always, from Jada Toys. I mean, the sculpt paint, it's just incredible. They come with stuff, but the best thing, as I always say, is the fun factor on these guys. They are just so much fun to pick up and play around with, which is more than you can say for most figures these days. So yeah, I have little to no complaints. So with that being said, at the price point of $29.99 each, you can't beat that. I'm going to give them both a 9.5 out of 10. Maybe more accessories. Maybe. But you know what? I'll go 10. I really can't think of anything legit that really needs to be changed. These are just damn near perfect action figures. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all those apps, and I have a great time, so I am sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You copy? See you guys next one. Peace. What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.